Dejuan has been getting drunk at the bar for the last few hours. He's also snorting cocaine, which triggers his mood swings. Dejuan is acting a fool inside the bar and the bouncer has told him to chill out multiple times. Dejuan says, "Man, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, bitch, I'll shoot this entire bar up. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I run this city." The bouncer decided to back away from Dejuan and Casey walks in shortly after. Dejuan says, "My right-hand man. What's good, brother? Did you handle that business for me?" Casey begins stuttering and says, "Yes, Passion was cool. She was asleep when I walked into the house." Dejuan says, "Sleep? At that time of the day? Did you feed her and unlock the cuffs as I told you to?" Casey nods his head and says, "Yeah, man. I did everything like you said. Passion is good. Wassup with some drinks? Bartender, give us another round." Dejuan had a funny feeling by the way Casey responded to his questions. Dejuan decided to ask deeper questions. "So when you unlocked the cuffs, Casey, what did Passion do? Was she pissed?" Casey takes a shot of Jack Daniels and says, "Of course she was pissed, Dejuan. You handcuffed the bitch to a bedpost all night. Was she supposed to be happy about that?" Dejuan says, "I was teaching her a lesson. It's not like nobody harmed her. She better be lucky I only did that." Casey says, "Why you keep talking about her anyway? You fucking my mood up. You've been pimping that bitch out since she was 14 years old. Now you wanna have a soft spot for her. Get it together, man." Dejuan says, "I gotta make a phone call. I'll be right back." Dejuan knows something isn't adding up and decides to go back home to check on me. Dejuan approaches the front door and notices the front door is slightly open. He pulls out his gun and walks in the apartment. There's blood all over the floor and it's obvious something went down. Dejuan begins walking towards the bedroom with his gun drawn. He notices Passion is nowhere in sight. Dejuan immediately heads back to the bar to confront Casey. Casey is on stage doing karaoke. He's drunk out of his mind singing Boys to Men. Dejuan jumps on stage and hits Casey in the back of the head, smack. Casey drops to the floor and Dejuan says, "You fucking lied to me, bitch. Had you did what I told you to do, none of this would have happened. Are you going to tell me the truth or should I kill you?" Casey begins crying. "Look, Dejuan. Passion was still handcuffed and I forced her to suck my dick. That is all, man, I promise." Dejuan begins pistol whipping Casey and blood is everywhere. "Where the fuck is she now? Answer me." Casey says, "Look, the man that took her told me not to tell you. He'll kill me if I told you." Dejuan cocks his pistol and shoves it down Casey's throat. "What makes you think I won't?" 3,2,1, Casey says, "Okay. Romello and Big Mama took her, man." Dejuan says, "Romello, huh? Let's go." "If you're lying to me, Casey, I promise you that I'll slice every part of your body and burn you alive. I'm about to call your bluff." Dejuan forces Casey into his car and they drive off. Two hours go by and I'm having nightmares. I can't sleep for shit. All I can think about is Dejuan and what would happen if he caught up with me. I pulled my phone out and noticed it's at 5%. I didn't have my charger on me and I'm surprised Dejuan hasn't called me yet. 5 minutes later I receive a call from Dejuan. I wanted to answer the phone so bad. Dejuan would call my phone 20x times in a row until my phone finally died. I knew Dejuan was looking for me. Dejuan would eventually pull up to Romello's house. Dejuan parked outside and staked the house for an hour. Dejuan looks at Casey and says, "Is this the house, nigga?" Casey says, "Yeah, man. That's his white Mercedes." Dejuan says, "Let's go, bitch." Dejuan walks up to the door and nobody answers at first. Dejuan says, "You sure this is the right house, Casey?" Casey says, "Yeah, man. This is the fucking house." Dejuan begins knocking harder, then suddenly the door springs open. Dejuan walks in and notices someone sitting in the chair. Romello says, "Dejuan, I knew you'd show up eventually. I see you brought the company." Casey says, "Look, Romello, I know I told you I wasn't gon' snitch, but this nigga had a gun down my throat." Romello says, "I knew you were going to tell. Casey, why do you think I picked you in the first place?" Romello looks at Dejuan and says, "Long time no see, nigga. Why you ain't call me?" Casey says, "Wait a minute. You two know each other? Was this some type of setup or something?" Dejuan says, "Look, you know why I'm here, Romello? You stole something from me and I want it back. Stop playing with me." Romello says, "Yeah. We know each other well. Dejuan is my nephew. Bae, can you please do the honors?" Big Mama comes from behind the couch and shoots Casey in the head. His body drops to the floor instantly. Romello looks at Dejuan and says, "Let's talk, shall we?"